We encourage good sportsmanship by each of you in attendance. Please
welcome in to Dumke Field at Westminster for the girls 4A semifinal, our second semifinal of the day, as we get a rematch between a pair of region rivals as the number 3 seeded Timpanogos T-Wolves prepare to take on the 2nd seeded Payson Lions. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Please be joined by Kenzie Christiansen. Kenzie, interesting game between two teams that have played each other twice this year. Payson won both those meetings with an opportunity to advance to a state championship game.
Yeah, I definitely think that Timpanogos is going to step in and really look to, an upset here. They've had 2 losses already to the Lions, and they don't want a third. So third time's a charm playing somebody, right? So hopefully that they can get this upset and really enjoy the game and excel.
We talk about those 2 games, 8-7 victory for Payson, a 13-8 victory for Payson, and we'll see what Timpanogos has for them. These are 2 teams that have got players that have found the back of the net a lot this year. Cecily Williams, 54 goals for Timpanogos, has led the way. Meanwhile, 47 goals for Carol Yost and the Payson Lions. The goalies may be busy here this morning, or this afternoon.
Yeah, I think it'll be a very fast-paced, interesting game. Those are not huge game differentials, so it's going to be a tight game, a lot of back and forth, a lot of fun opportunities.
We are ready for this second semifinal, the winner advancing to take on the Bear River Bears, who defeated Waterford in our first semifinal this morning. As Bear River remaining undefeated, trying to finish the perfect season.
Yep, they're over to just the south of us, scoping out the prospects and who they'll be playing in a couple days.
Doing some early scouting. We're playing gold lines here this afternoon at Westminster as we are set for the opening draw. Starting goalies today will be McKenna Meekum, the senior for Payson, and McKenna Christensen, the sophomore for Timpanogos. And we are underway, and off the draw, it's possessed by the Lions and Leah Sorensen. Payson looking to set up the offense. Boy, trying to dissect that D to Yost. Kept here with Morgan. Making Morgan Jacobson playing back to Mulestein, and this one given up. A block there, we'll give it back to the T-Wolves. Ground ball here, middle of the field. Timpanogos trying to stay on it. The support coming in there. The T-Wolves had it momentarily. The whistle here will give it back. Good pursuit there by Montague, I believe. So Timpanogos' first offensive possession. Want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. As pushed behind the cage, Ella Maddox.
Line pick. Yep.
Ooh. Explain that.
So you have to have time, space, and awareness. She did not give her time or space. She went right up onto her body with no time, space, or awareness.
So how would you define awareness?
Like, they have to be able to see you. They have to be able to have some type of acknowledgement to be able to see you. So, like, for example, what we teach is make sure you see their eyeballs so that they can see yours.
Okay. So here comes Miller, trying to push ahead with Payson. I wasn't aware of the awareness piece, and it's why I was so curious about that.
Yeah. That's something I kind of forgot about myself. But, yeah, you have to have the time, space, and awareness to be able to have it. You can have a moving pick. That's my favorite thing when I have some basketball parents out there.
Sorensen to Yost right in front of the cage. Good D there by Timpanogos, pushing her back to X. Skipped across. A shot, and that was just wide, backed up here. Good look there for the Lions. That pass couldn't be connected. And Timpanogos will have the possession.
Yeah, hold was what was called. Player that's a major foul, so they have to go 4 behind.
Timpanogos coming ahead. Tell you, there's great speed on the field here for Payson. A couple times we're right through the middle. You have midfielders coming back to create pressure.
They're not hesitating at all for the passes or the cuts. They are seeing a moment, taking it immediately. No hesitation, and that's exactly how you need to play your game. No hesitation, all confidence, all pride.
Hansen working in front, shot on a goal, and it's Timpanogos on the board first here in the semifinal.
That was a great pass over through the defense, able to get that shot ripped right in the back of the net. That had speed, power, and passion behind it as that net did go whipping in the air.
Annie Hansen with the assist, but it's Letitia Gennady, the senior, able to score for Timpanogos.
That's definitely going to bring some fire to the field. Hopefully, keep them running, keep them going well. I saw that Megan's still the coach over there at Timpanogos. She's a great friend of mine, a previous teammate. During the summer we played together. Great person, great personality. Overall, a fantastic coach, and I just love seeing how much she's excelled this program.
How big is that? I mean, Payson, beat them both times in the regular season. Timpanogos D's got a couple stops early, and then they score early. Yeah. Does that help give an extra level of confidence?
Yeah. There's some things old folk tells is you make the first goal, you make the last goal, meaning that you win the game. That's not always necessarily true, but it definitely brings the energy and momentum forward right out the bat because you're just punching goals, hopefully down that net.
Mulestein trying to dissect that D through a trio of Timberwolves. And we'll draw the call here. She'll have an 8-meter opportunity. Just offset here for Mulestein. And she'll peel this off.
Hey, that was not unintelligent. If she didn't have full confidence in herself and the abilities at that moment, it is the smartest thing to pass it out to a teammate.
A little bit of a wind here, left to right on your screen. And Yost able to keep that here. Good extension. Fed through the middle. A shot here, and that one stick contact sends it high, backed up.
Yeah, she had a wall of sticks in front of her. I personally, when sticks are high, shoot low. Do you know me? Do you know that's one of my sayings? Sticks are high, shoot low, get that opportunity a little bit more recognizable.
That's one of the reasons why my colleague is a player / coach / official / everything. You do it all, Kenzie. / commentator / writer.
I dabble.
Here's Timpanogos looking for transition. Gennady. We'll let the offense set up here for the T-Wolves. A little bit of a lane here. Working through the shot on the goal. 2-0 Timpanogos. How about the recognition? Right down the slot by Cecily Williams.
She had some pulls in her way, but nothing was stopping her. She was able to get her stick up high and free, shooting it and launching it between the Lions' legs right to the back of the net with a bouncer shot. Beautiful job, no hesitation. Always take every shot that you possibly can take. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and they're not seeing that here today with the Timberwolves?
Yeah.
Timberwolves. Okay,
great little step around there by Cecily, right? Usually we'll see kind of the slides come over, pinch it off. That time able to step around the top, navigate through that middle lane, and finds a great shooting area.
A little snake swerve, yeah.
Yeah. What a start for the number 3 seeded T-Wolves. Of course, number 2 team in region play. They've come out with a purpose here in this first quarter.
Yeah, they dissected that game film because obviously they're learning from any mistakes they may have made in the first 2 rounds to make this third round just much better.
Here's Haslam, plays back over with Williams.
They are playing an interesting type of backer on defense where one player moved ball to ball while the other defense stepped back. Typically you see the next defender step forward and the following person go behind. So a little bit different tactic.
Almost playing like a support rather than a seal?
Yeah, so you'd want to do it a little bit differently.
Good save, important save there early for Payson, as that was Meekum. We talk about the senior goalie for the Lions. 602 save percentage for McKenna. She's been great this year, and we'll see if that can help her get settled in.
Absolutely. we'll re-enter the conversation about defense in a minute, but let's give Payson their moment here on attack.
Payson's all about offense right now, right? Sorensen feeding to Yost. Carroll able to keep it. 3 T-Wolves around Yost. They know who the leading scorer for the Lions is. And my apologies, there's actually Morgan Jacobson, the leader. Talk about Yost because I'm so used to seeing her in the box score, but Morgan Jacobson, number 10, has 64 goals. Again, a lot of offense. Yost coming in, and a shot and a goal. Payson on the board, thanks to Carol Yost.
First goal of the night, might as well be. First goal of the day. Super great shot, able to have the lane to be able to get that low ankle shot. Great shot placement. You know, it didn't have a lot of fire behind it, but it did have some passion and got it to the back of the net.
The first team all-region player, Carol Yost, able to get the Payson Lions on the board here. It's over 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. This draw, Timpanogos winning. Williams absorbing contact, and the call there. We'll get stoppage here for the card.
Yep, yellow card for a check to the head. You know, those are always some controversy calls because she's wearing a helmet, right? It doesn't hurt her. That's still a yellow card. It is still a major foul. You can still get concussions with the helmet on, but so many people debate it. Like, she's got a helmet on. She's fine. Don't matter. Don't matter at all.
Yeah. Cecily Williams, I've been really impressed with her initiative in this opening quarter. She's been very intentional and, hey, get to the cage.
Nice.
Good disruption defensively there by Corbin. Kept here. Timpanogos setting up this offense. Haslam. Thorith plays this back out. Haslam.
One move!
That pass intercepted. Addison Corbin has been good today defensively. Now she's trying to lead the charge. Ahead for Yost. Yost with space. To the middle. Jacobson the shot, and that was saved away. A backup will keep it here.
Something that I'm noticing here, the differences between the Lions and the Timberwolves, is that the Timberwolves, they have their defense goal side, but where you see over here with the Lions, they have their defense player side, meaning that they're able to get those interceptions, where Timpanogos is able to stop the body like you saw just there.
Interesting call out there. Here's Jacobson trying to work in front. That disrupted, and Timpanogos coming back up with it. I think it was the defense there of Belle Vanchier. Appreciate your patience with some of these names. We didn't get a chance to check them before the game, as everything's very quick between games here in the semifinal. Yeah, contact up there. And we're going to get another card being shown here.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be the second card of the game here for the Lions in this first quarter.
Yeah.
It's 5, right? After it's on the 5th when you go player down. Is that
4th?
4?
On the 4th.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I know that too well. The 4th. Don't show shade nowhere. But yeah, they got to capitalize having that man open. It's interesting to see if the Lions are going to go into a zone, if they're going to stay man, because like right now they got number 21 wide open, right? Number 11.
Williams, she'll take the shot, but a whistle before the goal. That will not count.
Correct, yeah, because it does not count. The shooting space is when a player jumps inside the lane without giving the opportunity for the attacker. It's a safety call. It must be called.
Here's Williams. She'll set up from 8. They'll take the shot, a bouncer that scores. It's 3-1 Timpanogos.
That was great. She was able to get that shot. Once again, we've seen it a couple times now, right between the legs. Just really capitalizing on that possession that she had, right? You take 100%, take 100% of the shots that you can get. It's been really good. Great time.
Want to just remind you, the clock you see is unofficial. At times we start it early, stop it late, we'll run it, that sort of thing to try to keep it trued up. There's 2:33 left here in this opening quarter. So we're just letting ours just tick down here. What a start. We talk about Cecily, how impressive she's been. 2 goals here in this opening quarter. And she's drawn a couple calls as well. This draw controlled by the Lions. Here comes Sorensen. Another first-team all-region player for the Lions.
Offsides. That's unfortunate. That always sucks. You got to make sure you have your whole team aware that, players got to stay back if it's a defender who just got a call. Asmity's got to help and step in.
Timpanogos, 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Oh, T-Wolves with another lane here. Bursting ahead is Haslam. Hansen trying to get one on Cage. But a call here will give her 8 meters.
Yeah, that's going to be shooting space, which is going to give 8-meter opportunity. Again, that's just when that defendant gets in her lane without accurate time and space. They have to be a stick length away, and she was not. In a timeout,
I'm going to ask you a question on that, so be prepared, Kenzie. It's coming.
Ready.
It's coming.
Ready. I'll get my rule book out just to make sure I get
it
right.
Hansen coming in from 8. The shot, that was just kicked wide by Meekum. Good look there.
It was. Yeah, if she could have just got a couple inches over, she would have had that back in the net.
Both teams back to equal strength.
And those cards have been killed off. Here's Maddox. Inside a minute. Great start for the Wolves. Do you look for the final shot here, Kenzie?
No, absolutely not, because you're going to rush something. You don't want to risk a yellow card. Just pull it out, keep possession.
And this one being battled for. Ground ball. Williams trying to keep it here and does. Here's Cecily. Williams looking for space in the middle. And that was wide.
Yep, there it is. Yep, you don't risk those moments. Now she's got a card. It's unfortunate, but you can't risk those moments. It's intense. Defense is not going to be playing the cleanest defense. Attack is looking for any opportunity shot, and now she's going to be down for the start of the next quarter for 2 minutes.
A dangerous follow through there. The call. So 17 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. A leading scorer for Timpanogos off for the next 2 minutes.
Go defense! Just drop defense!
Payson looking for the long outlet. Here come the Lions. Might have a late opportunity.
She's got some wheels.
5 seconds to go. Potter drawing the call. And with that, the quarter will expire.
No. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
3-1.
Okay.
The advantage. Payson trailing Timpanogos after the first. You're watching the 4A semifinal on KSLSports.com. Start of the second quarter, Dane Stewart, Kenzie Christiansen with you. 3-1, Timpanogos leading Payson. Kenzie, we talked about the first one, 5-goal difference. Second one was a 1-goal difference. How about the start from Timpanogos here in the semifinal? Been impressive.
Yeah, they definitely have came out with some spark, a little bit of energy, but a lot of drive and a lot of passion, because they don't want third time's a charm for them. They want third time's a charm for the Timberwolves.
What do you think in terms of the defensive game plan, this high-scoring pace and offense? They really haven't been able to get the same number of looks that they've been accustomed to this year.
Yeah, no, I think I had mentioned a little bit before is that they're offsides. Wait, sorry, I'm confused what's on the field. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, they're offsides. But defensively, we mentioned, you play either ball side or you play goal side, and both teams have different tactics. Shutting down the girl with the ball, the bigger threats are always what's most important, and most of the time they've been covering those bigger threats. So right now what happened is it was offsides, meaning they had to put a player behind to start the play again.
A little bit of a lane there. That one just kicked away, I believe. Good look there, though, on the take from from Mulestein. Here's Jacobson. Tried to feed that one to Sorensen. Deflected. Kept here with Morgan.
Oh.
Boy, Morgan, he's seeking missile there. The contact. We'll give her, an 8-meter?
I'd love to see the angles that the refs saw that out, because I definitely saw that in a different way. But being an official, knowing the rules, you have to be at a certain...
Jacobson, the shot on the goal. A heater from Morgan Jacobson is Payson pulling back to within one.
Number 10, Morgan Jacobson.
Her 65th goal of the year.
That's amazing. She's a great shooter, great overall player. I've heard she's a good teammate. She's a great kid. To rewind, I didn't want to interrupt her shot because it was amazing. But the refs have the better angle. We can shout and say whatever we want on the sidelines, but they are trained to be in the right spot at the right time to see the accurate space. We'd be like, shooting space. No. Actually, if you stand in the correct positioning, you can see that there is no shooting space there. But that's why I said I think I saw that differently than what the refs did.
But to your point, we are not in the same angles, spots.
No.
And perspective's a funny thing like that, right?
Exactly.
Ground ball here, and this will go to Timpanogos on the cover, I believe. The time being served by Williams is complete. Boy, and this is going to be a third yellow card given here to the Lions.
Yep, dangerous contact is what is being called for that yellow card. I unfortunately had a sound to that, but yeah, that was a big hit. That was an unnecessary hit, and that's why she got carded. You can't do those type of things. It's unnecessary. It's not part of the play. That's why she's going to be out for 2 minutes. Hopefully the team can try and keep it clean.
Well, and that is the third card. So
yeah, next one's not going to be too pretty for them.
They're adding up quickly here for Payson.
Yeah.
Started by Maddox.
Interesting cradle.
Haslam setting across to Williams. Mulestein out to defend. And Jada. Maddox trying to spin around. No call there. Payson with the stop.
Yeah, I wouldn't have called anything there either. The girl rolled into the defender that was already there, so.
Yeah, I didn't think it warranted a call.
No.
That deflected, but kept with Yost and the Lions. Trying to feed the middle, and that will roll into the circle.
Crease violation, sending that player behind the goalie.
Ground ball, Payson trying to stay on it.
Yeah, in the spear.
Yep. And it's Miller.
It's fun to hear what how parents coach. They're not saying anything wrong. It's all right, but it's just kind of fun to hear the different point of views.
Payson showing patience. That pass might have been deflected, but Payson's still on it. Oh, they had Yost right in the middle. Couldn't find her. Time served. Payson back to even. Working around Mulestein. Oh, good read. It's Maddox working up. Here's Jada. Has help, trying to spin around. And able to draw the call.
You know, something I do got to look up because I can't quite remember is that 3 seconds can start getting counted at the restraining line or inside the CSA. So that will be my halftime lookup. Because 3 seconds, I'm a little shaky on with that part.
Jado to start. Works to Williams. Cecily, step around. Shooting space. So Cecily here from 8 meters again scored from 8 meters a little earlier in this half. Williams, the shot and the save. Big save made by Meekum. Lions looking to counter. Mulestein across the middle.
Nice.
Sorensen working in front and scoring. Payson's tied it up.
She snuck right behind two defenders, able to get that pass off and a great shot low. Let's take her high like those two defenders were. You shoot low, and that was a great shot.
I think it was Natalie Rowley. It was with the goal, her 28th of the year, and has tied the Payson Lions up with Timpanogos.
Pardon me, the goal was number 10, Morgan Jacobson.
Never mind. They just changed it.
I was going to say, I thought it was 10 too. I was a little confused.
It's Morgan Jacobson with her second goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, that was a great way coming off of a yellow card. Let's go show your strength and proof on the field.
Good response from Payson. Didn't talk about him. 17-1 on the season for the Payson Lions. 10-0 in region.
Who was their one loss against, you know?
I looked. I would have to go and look again because I don't recall.
But we are getting an 8-meter opportunity for an illegal check and maybe a trip. Either way, 8-meter opportunity, second inside for Payson. I think it's Sicily out there.
Working around. That shot was high, but in the sphere, I believe. So this will be a start for Payson from 8 meters out, looking for their first lead of the game.
Nice play.
There it is.
That was great. She had an 8-meter opportunity, swung it back to the top of the 12, whipping it low down to that crease roller. Beautiful shot overall. A timeout, I think, is being called.
I was going to say, I figured it'd be a good opportunity for a timeout. Timpanogos will take it. Timeout, T-Wolves, as the Lions have their first lead of this semifinal. Boy, good response from the Lions, huh? Timpanogos felt like that first quarter, everything going the way of the T-Wolves, and 3 unanswered from the Lions, all from Morgan Jacobson. As Payson out in front.
Yeah, no, it's been a really interesting game. Payson has had good shots. They just aren't just whipping the ball into the net. They've had great teamwork, great movement, great play, and just overall, I think 2 out of their 4 goals were assisted. It was good. It was great.
Back to the draw. If you're Timpanogos, how do you try to get back to what was working that first quarter, Kenzie?
You just got to play your game. You can't focus on what they're doing. You just got to play your game and focus on what your team is doing well. Once you start looking at those negatives, that's when things start falling apart.
Sorensen being aggressive, was looking for that dump off right to the side of the cage. Draws the whistle here. She'll have to pull this back out. I have an 8-meter opportunity here. Sorensen's been a facilitator today. She's looked to find teammates. She's got over 40 goals this year as well.
I'm sorry, who is that shooting right now?
Huh?
Who is that shooting?
Sorensen.
Sorensen, okay, my apologies.
And she'll do it again. Sorensen working around and scoring. 4-0 run from Payson.
Lions goal, number 29, Leah Sorensen.
44th goal of the year for the junior Leah Sorensen.
What I liked about that is she was a left-handed player, and she was able to cradle that ball through and sneak it by the right hip of the goalie. That just shows that she's been working on her stick work. Sometimes left hand are not as strong as dominant right-handed players, but that shows to be different here.
Timpanogos has not scored in this second quarter.
They gotta find some heart and drive.
And you know, when they were getting their momentum, they were winning draws. They haven't won many draws in the second quarter.
I felt like the energy's kind of got a little bit down.
It's been shifting. There's a shot on a goal. It's Yost with the goal for Payson. Her second today.
That was a great shot. She didn't just dodge around 3 defenders. She was able to get a slice of an open lane and got that goal in. That was great. I thought she was just going to pull it out. I think so did that defense, but she shot it anyways.
Those two goals just 15 seconds apart.
Wow. Yep, see, a lot can happen in a lacrosse game in just a few moments.
Williams and Sorensen on the draw.
And so we head back to the draw, 6-3, the advantage for the Payson Lions, trying to get to the 4A state championship game. And this draw controlled by Williams. Cecily with 2 of the goals today for Timpanogos. It feels like it's been a while since they've been able to take a shot.
Yeah, it has. Even when they were man up, they were not able to capitalize on it. Now that they, equal strength, hopefully they can find something going on.
Gennady. We'll work over to Hansen. Trying to feed the middle. Boy, what an aggressive play there by Meekum. Able to get back between the pipes. Haslam.
Something I've noticed is these cuts, almost every single one of them is going towards ball, which brings your defense to ball. So it's cutting off the lane for the ball driver, but also can make a draw and dump.
Try to get that to Cecily. Trying to stay on it and kicks it to space to maintain. Cecily has to give that over. Timpanogos trying to maintain it. They do. Maddox gets around the first line. Coming around, picked up there. This Payson defense are flowing really well. Given back to Haslam. Here's Williams trying to dissect the trio. Out of the air, a shot, And a goal, a much-needed goal for Timpanogos, coming from Ella Maddox, the junior, with an important goal for the T-Wolves and a timeout taken here by Payson. 1:40 left to go in the first half. You're watching the 4A semifinal on KSLSports.com. 2-goal game. Been a good one. Both teams have had their pushes of momentum. We'll see if the latest goal for Timpanogos can give them a late push in these final 100 seconds to close out this half. And it will be Timpanogos possession.
All about those angles.
They work this to Hansen. Hansen tried to get that to the middle. That one nearly trickled around and in. As a whistle here, we'll give it back to the Lions.
Yeah, crease violation.
Meekham's been really aggressive these last couple of minutes.
Yeah, no, she wants it just as much as the rest of their team does.
Nearly gave that up. Meekham back on it here. Being hounded behind the cage, looking for the clear.
Something I was just hearing the parents say is like, check her, check her. You have to be trained to know how to check a goalie. Like, you can't just check her like a normal stick. The head's too high. She's got tons of body padding. She's going to protect the ball no matter what. So checking a goalie is a very different skill set than normal.
Here's Sorensen on the push and a trip there. We'll stop the clock here. 23 seconds to go. Sorensen playing to GLE. Jacobson trying to feed that over to Yost. That one over the top of the cage. Stayed in. 5 seconds to go. Morgan. And Payson won't get a shot away. A good second quarter surge has the Payson Lions out in front at the break. 6-4. They lead Timpanogos in the 4A semifinal live at Dumke Field. Start of the second half. Dane Stewart, Kenzie Christiansen with you. 6-4. Payson leading Timpanogos. A strong second quarter for the Lions. Kenzie, based off of first half, anything that you would look to change or expected here in half number 2?
I think Payson needs to clean up their small fouls. But other than this moment, their small fouls. But Timpanogos also stop cutting off each other's lanes on attack. Get more in sync, pay attention to each other, and stop cutting off each other's lanes. Because I think their score would be a lot different if they could link together a little bit better on attack.
Payson setting up their offense. Had a 5-0 run in the second quarter. 3 goals from Morgan Jacobson to lead the Lion offense. They work this to Jacobson. Lost that on the turnaround. And Timpanogos had possession, and they'll have it here. T-Wolves bringing it up with Maddox.
She's got a stride.
Yes, she does. Ella trying to work that edge. That was jarred loose.
Illegal check.
A call here will give it, and she'll be 8 meters here on the hanging hash.
She is a right-handed player in a left-handed position right now. So I wonder if she's going to look for that pass to her teammates across, or if she's going to try and crease roll it, or just, shoot it in. Just so she can pass it, yep.
Yep. Gives this to Williams.
That's actually a funny comment. I just heard a parent say there was nowhere close to her face, but the motion to get to the stick went through her sphere. So it's not necessarily the stick is in the sphere and that's what they hit. It's they're going through the danger sphere to get to the stick, and that's what just got called.
See Payson really take away that lane around the edge. T-Wolves trying to maintain it. They do here with Hansen. Annie trying to get a lane, a shot there, taken away. Nice play by Meekum. Yeah, this will be Payson on the push. Well, Payson possession due to the push.
Yeah.
It does feel like Meekum has settled into this game. Gave up a couple early goals, started to find some rhythm late in the first. That carried into the second.
Yep. I think, it takes a couple minutes to kind of see how a team kind of vibes with each other. How are they going to shoot? When do they shoot? Like, what kind of opportunities do they shoot on? And I think she's had enough time to do so.
Jacobson had it there. And we will get a card being shown here to Timpanogos.
Check to the head on number 11. Yep. Yeah, I didn't really see what happened there, but yeah, it was a check to the head. What got called for that far ref. When you're in a scrum, the sticks go flying sometimes.
Jacobson starting it.
I like the give and go kind of action she had there.
She's got a quick burst too, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm. She has good stick skills, protecting her stick, and that little give and go that she was trying to create there was actually really well done. Defense was on top of it though. Maybe they're used to her doing that.
She'll start here behind the goal on the dot. Feeding in front, beautiful play and a goal. How about the vision of Jacobson, able to find, I think, Kathy Morgan for her first goal of the game, and it's back to a 3-goal difference. Talk about these two teams in the semifinal. Payson had taken care of business with the win over Hillcrest and then Judge. Meanwhile, for Timpanogos, defeated Mountain View in that first round, and then up in Skyview 5-4 in a nail biter in the quarterfinal. T-Wolf section here to our right, trying to cheer on this Timpanogos group. And what has been a 6-1 Payson run, and they control off the draw. Here's Sorensen. Stepping through, Leah in front of the goal, the shot, and that's just wide. And what a chase there given by Christensen.
So when something like this happens, it goes to the team, not necessarily the goalie always has to pick it up. She can always send a teammate to go pick up the ball, even if she wins it on the outage.
Couldn't get the clear. Payson back on it here. Potter. Give and go back to Sorensen. The shot is wide.
I got to know if her family's Harry Potter fans, because Lily Potter, Harry Potter's mother's name. Nerd alert right here.
Yeah, I can't help you on that one. Coming around. And a trickler that is smothered. But a call here will give Payson the opportunity. I think this will be Natalie Rowley, I believe.
Back to equal strength.
Rowley here from 8 meters with the shot. Save made by Christensen.
Oh. That's actually illegal to throw your sticks. I'm surprised.
I couldn't tell if that was intentional or if it slipped.
It was intentional, and it's illegal. That should have been carded. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Here's Meekum. This is Lindsay Meekum. a sophomore. Works back to Mulestein. Feeds Sorensen. She's got room. Leah, the shot. No, that didn't come out cleanly.
And it's a flag on the play for an illegal check. She's going to get an 8-meter opportunity.
So Sorensen here starting. Offset. Has help with Mulestein. Past the midway point of our third quarter. Giving with Potter. Ground ball taken back by Maddox.
Yep. She's out of the game. That's her second yellow card. She can now return back to the game.
And that's
number
Jacobson.
10, Morgan Jacobson. That's unfortunate.
Penalty number 10, Morgan Jacobson. 2 minutes for check to the head.
So a player can come in. Actually, no, they can't. Isn't this her fourth?
So I have that as the fourth yellow.
So I don't think they can go back to even strength.
Timpanogos will have the start here. Just
who has the ball at the moment? Oh, over there. Okay.
It's back here with Maddox. Five and a half to go. Maddox working through traffic. The shot is just wide.
Yep. Shooter. Yellow card. Dangerous propel. Yep.
And so Maddox now will have to come off. I have that as the third yellow on Timpanogos.
Is that do we know if that's?
I have that's her first.
That's her first, okay. I'm interested to see how this is going to change the dynamic for the Lions. You know, having one of their best scorers out, your best assisters. So,
well,
everybody's supposed to have to step it up.
There's plenty of offense there.
True.
Jacobson has 64. We talked about the 47 for Yost coming into this game. 43 for Sorensen is some trouble getting the clear here. That did not come out cleanly. It'll go back to Timpanogos. So that Timpanogos pressure paying off. Here's Williams. Scored the 2 in the first quarter, has not scored since. Works over. And it's denial. McKenna Meekum. Looking for the
nice
long clear. How about that?
Good on her.
Oh, boy, hard contact there.
I would be surprised if there was a card pulled. Honestly, just a safety call.
That's what
because
I was.
It was
they're both
the
going
same
for
amount
it.
of velocity came from both players.
Are they?
She was coming to defend. The other one was coming in for the ground ball. Like, I would be so very surprised if it was yellow.
There was a yellow shown.
What was?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
2 minutes for misconduct.
Okay. All right. Different opinion, but that's okay.
So the card shown here to Payson. Remember, it was the propensity of yellows that really kind of helped Timpanogos get off to the start.
But the stoppage of the game, the stop and go, like, it's going to make both teams more timid on playing, though. There's been so many
fair.
yellows.
That's fair.
Because that's, what, 5 now for...
Yep, 5 for Payson, 3 for Timpanogos. Timpanogos here will start. They've still got a minute left on the original yellow. A little bit of room through the middle here for Ashley Bean. Able to find Mindy. Tried to get that over to Hanson. Could not.
That was great. When you play defense, you have body-body contact, but you're following and shadowing with that stick, and she did a great job at that for getting that interception.
Here's Miller coming ahead for the Lions.
They're 2-man down. They need to protect that ball.
Oh, goodness, to Yost. Doesn't matter how many players are on the field. They're able to find Carol Yost for her third of the game.
You can see that the T-Wolves were a little bit lost on they were trying to find, like, where's the open player? Not realizing there is none. So they definitely going to take recognition on that as they're going to still play man up for a little bit longer.
How about that pass? I mean, that was just lofted over that defense, and Yost able to catch.
Not even the pass, the catch. She kind of did an over-the-shoulder, little awkward Twizzler-like catch, and that's what, you know, that she's obviously been hitting the wall and tracing that ball all season.
So 8-4, largest lead of the game here for the Lions. Officials now coming together to converse. And I think they're just wanting to make certain that the time was served. I think they just want to make certain that all of the substitution activity that was to occur did so. I don't see Jacobson out there.
Number 10.
Yeah, she is on the bench right now. You can see it, or I can see it.
Yeah. Maybe she has.
Does she have to spend the rest of the time there?
I don't know. I'm from what we're seeing here, I think so. That they have to want to make it very clear that she cannot go back in.
And there's a player off.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
because like the player that went in for her is on the field.
Correct.
I don't know the answer. I'm guessing from what we're seeing. So I assume so. But if you see here on the circle, there's only 2 white and 3 blue, and that is completely fine.
I think technically there were 2 seconds left, so now she'll go back to the bench. So she had maybe released a little bit early to the bench there. Timpanogos trying to keep it here.
Wait, if that means if she got moved to the bench too early, that means her player that came on for her went on early, yeah? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
We'll touch that in the quarter break because I've
yeah.
got a question, but I'm not going to ask it live.
Yeah.
Here's Williams trying to come around. Williams, little shooting spot, a shot, and saved again. Meekum has certainly grown in her capability and tracking as this game has continued on.
Hold, yep.
Here comes Miller. Miley. Miller just eating this clock away.
Well, I don't understand. They're going to hold it for the 2 minutes because they're not going to get that other yellow card back in because she just stepped off the bench as well.
Correct. And that's where they've only got 4 attackers here. I was kind of surprised Timpanogos wasn't bringing more pressure up on the ball there. You see now they're double teaming.
Okay, we have a substitution.
This is Yost. Lost it, able to recover it. 90 seconds left here in the quarter. And a contact there as Yost was trying to take the shot. And a yellow card, I think, being shown.
I would have to agree with that, yep. I get the passion as a defender to try and want to stop that ball, but that was just a little rough.
And if that's on Cecily, that's her second.
Dang, that's unfortunate. Cecily Williams, number 17, right?
Yep.
She's a good one. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Started the game off extremely well offensively.
But good thing she's a junior. She always has next year. Aw.
This will be Yost.
I'm such a sucker. Seeing someone cry makes me cry.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a semifinal, and you think about the great year Timpanogos has had.
Yeah.
Tough spot here, and their leading scorer off. Yost coming in, looking for the shot and the save. That one came outside the crease. Yost with a second opportunity and finish. Talk about sticking with it. Carol Yost fighting for leftovers and finishing it up.
That was actually really smart of her. You know, some people have, pick up that ground ball right in front of goal. And she took the opportunity and shot it.
Timpanogos timeout means we'll step aside. With 1:23 left to go here in the third. Beautiful setting here at Westminster. We're here all day. We got the boys tomorrow, as we've got 6 semis on the girls' side, 6 on the boys' side tomorrow, and then, of course, championships at Zions Bank Stadium out in Harriman. Girls will be Thursday and boys Friday. Busy week as all the spring sports come to a close. Of course, prior to this one, Payson seniors missing their graduation ceremony. They were recognized before the game today. I think 10 seniors on that roster for the Lions.
That shows some dedication to your team.
Yeah.
That's super honorable. Offsides on white.
You know, I didn't play high school sports. I kind of wish that I could have skipped my high school graduation. It would have been much nicer to walk with 10 rather than 530, but, you know, that's okay.
Yeah, I think thinking back on it, I would have to agree.
Yeah. Inside of a minute here in the third, and Timpanogos still with some life.
How was that scored? Who scored that?
I'm not certain.
Was it the goalie drop it? There we go. Number 4.
I couldn't tell who got that away, so I was waiting for the PA.
Yeah.
But finally able to beat Meekum, who's been great in the second and third quarter. The keep for Payson has made some timely saves, but that one, she got beat.
Yeah. Hey, you can't stop them all. Can't win them all. Right?
.41 seconds to go here in the quarter.
We saw a goal get scored in 15 seconds. We can see something here.
Well, and again, so Timpanogos down a couple of players. And so the question, or Payson down a couple of players the rest of the game. So Timpanogos, if they can get possession, they can certainly have multiple opportunities if they can just figure out a way to capitalize on them. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Hansen, the shot saved by Meekum. She's got to clear to Yost. Bouncing around. And Payson has it. Sorensen. Seconds ticking off in the third, and that will do it. We head to the fourth and final quarter in this 4A semifinal. Payson with the 9-5 lead. 9-5, the advantage for Payson as we head to the fourth. Talk about the year for Payson. Timpanogos 15-3 on the year. The only 2 region losses they experienced were at the hands of Payson. And they've got extra players here for this final quarter. I guess an extra player.
No, they have 2, yeah. They have 2 on defense.
Yeah, but I think they only have 3 attackers, though.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we still have that yellow.
And this draw won by the Lions. Sorensen. Ground ball kept here by Payson. This will be
A
an
block.
opportunity for the Lions.
Block for the 8-meter opportunity, hanging hash.
The shot there, looking far side and scoring. Is that Rowley with the goal?
I think that's the first goal for the night or day for her, right? For Rowley.
Payson goal number 18, Natalie Rowley.
I believe that's the case, but I thought we called her earlier, so
We may. Okay, I'm not
I
gonna
know
lie.
I missed one of hers.
Her and Morgan look a lot alike. I
Yeah.
won't even lie. So it's possible.
Haslam and Sorensen on the draw.
Yeah, I have Yotes with 4. Yeah, Morgan with 1. Jacobson with 3. Rowley with 1. Yeah.
This draw, Timpanogos trying to possess, and they will. Five-goal difference. Has a nice little spin there. This is where you got to make Payson pay. They should have room. The shot there, low, scooped up by Meekum. Rowley trying to get there. Timpanogos racing back. It was Ashley Bean to get the possession back for the T-Wolves. Hansen. Of course, Kenzie has the privilege of choosing our player of the game when this is all said and done. This one gathered by Meekum behind the cage, running out of room there, tried to keep it in, gave it up. Timpanogos, can they capitalize? Yes, they do. A costly turnover that Timpanogos is able to take advantage of. It's Gennady with her 3rd goal today.
That was awesome. Honestly, it's risky coming out of that crease as a goalie. And, good on her for doing so and having the courage
And
to.
the tough thing is like in the moment, I'm one of those where it's like, oh, keep the play in, you don't want to step out. And then you're like, oh, shoot, I should have just stepped out. Because could have gotten back, get set up.
Yep.
In the moment, I would have done the same thing, and I know it because I've done it. It's just like, you don't want to turn it over, and then the
at that moment, it's like, well, that may have been the better option. That's
Yeah.
okay, though. You learn. You live and you learn, right? That's the motto of life.
ground ball. Timpanogos trying to get on it. The cover will give it to Payson. Here's Yost. She's been great today, Carol.
Well, something with Carol is that I don't think she's going to hold the ball. I think she's going to try and find any opportunity to get a goal, just like she did beforehand.
Has 4 goals today, according to my notes. Including one that was shorthanded.
Mm-hmm.
Still with it here. I don't know. She might hold out this next 9 minutes, Kenzie.
I don't think so, because there we go.
There's the fine.
A beautiful assist right up front. She was just waiting for that moment.
Rowley now with a pair of goals in this 4th quarter. And Yost with the assist.
Yeah, there it was. You spoke a little too soon just to get that action.
Well, I didn't want the game to drown out, so we figured we're going to use the broadcast curse to our advantage. See?
Absolutely.
That's
There we go.
next level thinking right there.
There we go. We can do all we can up here.
That's right.
I guess.
And Payson able to possess. Draws are so pivotal, and you can't take advantage of extra players if you can't get possession.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorensen working from around goal. That flag had come up, and that one trickles through. Leah Sorensen with the goal for Payson.
Lions goal number 29, Leah Sorensen.
You know, I spoke earlier about, I thought Morgan's being off the field was going to kind of bring the game down a little bit, but Morgan, as amazing a player as she is, these other players have stepped up and took all these opportunities. They've worked together as a unit. They've done really well despite the yellow cards they've been given.
We talk about they've got other offensive players that have all had great years this year. Yost, Rowley with a pair of goals in the fourth. Sorensen. Yeah, they've stepped up with their leading scorer off the field.
Yeah. Early, I think. I don't know what it was called, but it is going to go to Lions. Has to go to the draw taker. I do know that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of course, we've got 6A semis coming up next. Mountain Ridge and Riverton. That'll be a great one. Mm-hmm. Another pair of region rivals. We actually had that quite a bit on the girls' side today. As we'll have Brighton Park City as well. And Farmington Fremont. So a bunch of region rivalries.
I love it. I think nothing is better than having someone that pushes you to do better, and having them in such a critical game. They're just going to push each other so much, and it's going to be just a fun game.
Yep. We got great games in 6A and 5A. Stick around with us all day as we set up championship matchups. This one taken back by Timpanogos, trying to get the clear. Good stick work there by Sorensen to get it back for Payson. Sorensen to the cage, crosses. The shot and the save made there by Christensen. Timpanogos trying to capitalize here quickly, but Miller couldn't keep it. Mindy with the shot, a bouncer that hits off the pipe. Gets it back, sends over. Here's a shot, saved by Meekum.
Timeout from somebody.
Yeah, timeout taken by Payson. How about Meekum? Makes the first one, gets enough to, and then gets help from the pipe. And then on the second shot, makes another timely save for Payson to protect the 6-goal lead. Just under 7 to go.
I was going to start down on the defending end of Payson.
Kenzie, you had the opportunity to see the first semifinal. Mm-hmm. I had other commitments. I wasn't able to be here for this morning, but when you see Bear River, I think Payson today has been extremely impressive once they kind of settled into this game.
Yeah,
what do you think of that matchup?
I think it's going to be closer than I was originally thinking. Payson's really shown some strength out here, and it's going to show a good game.
Mulestein with speed, that denied. But the push there will keep it with the Lions, and that's been the thing to me that has surprised me about Payson is the speed that we've seen today.
They're fast. They're fast.
Extremely.
I've had only one or two Wolves that have been able to keep up. Number 5 being one of them. She's fast as well. 8-meter opportunity, left hand. I'm excited to see if she's going to take it.
This will be Mulestein. Step into the middle. The shot. And that right to the netting there of Christensen for the save. And it will be Timpanogos here. Haslam. Coming ahead. Still time for Timpanogos, but they got to take advantage quickly, and that one right to Meekum. Tough clear. Yost trying to get it, and has it.
She's just a little gal, and she's got some power to her.
Yeah. Rowley staying with it. Tried to cross that over to Sorensen. Sticks got in the way, and Timpanogos now on it. Gennady. The whistle there will give it back to Timpanogos. Working up there with Mindy. To the middle. And a shooting space. Libby Baldwin here straight away from 8 meters.
That was actually super smart of her. I thought she was going to turn and shoot, but actually taking a second to get the shooting space, better opportunity.
She'll take the shot, a bouncer, and scoring it. Baldwin able to capitalize for the T-Wolves.
Goal, number 44, Libby Baldwin.
34. Did he say 34?
44.
44. I was so
Yeah,
confused.
Libby
Okay.
Baldwin.
Good on her. That was first goal of the game.
And
Awesome
that's the
touch.
thing that, the last couple shots, it feels like they've been right at Meekum. Change
have.
the eye level, right? And that time you go with the bounce shot.
Yeah.
You make
Well,
her move the stick.
Going back to like the first quarter, first few minutes, every single goal they made was a bouncer, and they made it. So let's work with what works, right?
Back to the draw here, 4.5 to go. And it's a win for Timpanogos. Sent to Haslam. Tried to center that in front. Good support. Gennady looking for the goal and finds it. Back-to-back goals for Timpanogos. And the T-Wolves trying to create a late surge. 4th goal for Letitia Gennady. Talk about they got an extra player.
They do have an extra player. Number 4 has struck her 4th goal.
Yep.
That sound about right? That's awesome.
Yep.
Let's keep it going because this past few minutes was very intense.
And
4 goals.
This is kind of what we were talking about, right? You got an extra attacker here.
Move
if you can
the
win
ball.
draws, get the ball moving, you can get great looks. And they still have 4 minutes to work with. Ground ball, Payson trying to get it. Good battle. And Timpanogos has it, yep. Maddox looking ahead. Here's Baldwin.
They're not going to go down without a fight. 3 seconds. 8-meter opportunity.
No, they're going to pull it out to 12.
Oh, 12. I'm sorry.
I thought it was inside the 8, but
Maybe when it happened,
that could
the
be it,
first
right?
count, it was
Yep,
outside.
that
Yeah,
could have been
yep,
it.
Yep.
Again, officials have a much better perspective than we do from the booth here. And deflected. That one didn't come out cleanly. Good stick work there by Payson. Here's Miller.
I think Payson's going to do all that they can to keep that ball on the attacking end as long
Yep.
as they can.
Yep. And that one jarred loose. Haslam trying to run it back up for Timpanogos. Haslam. Gotta go. Fed in front and scored. Gennady once again for Timpanogos. Her 3rd of the 4th quarter. And it's a 3-goal game.
Wow, that's amazing. In my inner person that was not screaming, I was like, pass the ball, she's right in front.
And that's a hard one where if you're Meekum, I don't blame her at all for coming up, but if you don't get that deflection, all you got to do is find a little lane passer, and Gennady was able to do it.
Exactly. They're going to fight to the end. They got a little bit of time, but they got to get possession.
They got to get it back. Here's Sorensen. She's got some room. Sends this over. Rally back to Yost. Yost. With Rowley.
They're definitely trying to keep that tight pressure up there, but I don't think the Lions are going to try and let that ball get away anywhere.
That one got jarred loose, but it will stay here with Payson. Rowley.
That's one thing I love about college is you can run through the crease. The tiptoeing around the crease is not fun.
Rowley just holding it here for Payson. Our clock is a little behind the official clock here in the stadium. There's 1:25 to go. Got to find a way to get this back, as right now, precious seconds ticking away. 1:05 to go. Rowley, got some room. The shot hit off the post.
That post is the goalie's best friend. It has saved a decent amount of goals today through both games.
The cover gives it to Timpanogos. They got to hurry. And coming up with it is Miller for Payson. Ground ball. Here's Haslam. They might run out of time. 30 seconds left. Oh, what a play coming up. Kicked ahead. It's also the soccer semis today. On the boys' side, 20 seconds to go. Timpanogos. Last opportunities. Racing over is Bullard for the Lions as the final countdown on. The Payson Lions come from behind and hold off a late surge from Timpanogos. 12-9, your final score.
Wait, hold on. There's a red card. There's a red card. Game. Hold on. There's a red card.
Well, that came after the game was over. It's not going to be.
Yeah, but it affects her for the next one. If White just got it, she cannot play in the next game. I don't know who got it.
I think it was on Timpanogos.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that.
Well, let's see.
We will sort that out. But, boy, how about the Payson Lions? 12-9.
Amazing game. Amazing game they played overall. They had so many great opportunities. The board shows it the best. They had, Yokes with 4 goals. They have, Jacobson with 3. A couple others with a pair. Like Rolly, it's just overall a great game. And I think for my player of the game, since you put me in charge of that, is good old Miss Goalie, 55, McKenna.
The goalie, McKenna Meekum, had some big saves to really help get Payson settled. And then that offense found its stride as the Lions advance to the 4A championship game. That game will be Friday at Zions Bank Stadium to take on the undefeated Bear River Bears. Come on out for what will be a great 4A final. And if you can't make it, we'll have it for you right here. You can watch the stream live on KSLSports.com. For Tino Psyche, Quentin Psyche, Mackenzie Christiansen, my name is Dane Stewart. Thanks for joining us. Reminder, we've got 6A semis coming up at 2 and 4 live from Dumpke Field here on KSLSports.com.